We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig. You decide when you lose, not other people. And Blabs.
I like pickles.
And co-hosted by our friends from around the internet. If you like common sense, hit that thumbs up button and, of course, the subscribe button. And join us Monday through Friday live at 11 a.m. Central Time. And now, broadcasting from our homes, it's time for the #1 gaming and entertainment podcast on God's green earth. It's time for Side Scrollers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome on out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com and Side Scrollers Podcast. What.com. What's going on, everybody? Hey, happy Monday to you. Are you ready for a great week? Of course you are. Hello, I'm Stuttering Craig. My, oh my. We have a lot to talk about today. Blabs, good morning. How are you?
Oh, hello. I'm good.
You know, I got to be honest. It's my first morning having some tea.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I talked about that last week, and I think it's starting to hit me a little bit. The caffeine.
Like, wait a second. Do you have like a home mug? Like you're some Sharon who shops at TJ Maxx?
Yes, my wife is a Sharon who shops at TJ Maxx.
TJ Maxx was great once upon a time. It's kind of not great anymore, but it's pretty awesome.
Blabs, do you legitimately feel like I actually own a coffee or tea mug? No,
well,
I
you
do not.
should. Most adults do, so.
Blabs.
He's like, I'm not an adult.
I just said I'm a child in a man's body, all right? We all understand this, okay? But yeah, why would I own that? Why would I own a coffee mug if I've never had coffee? Why would I own a
What
tea?
about like a thermos?
I have a
Why don't you just put tea in it so it stays nice and warm forever?
because I don't want to suck it out and have it shoot in my mouth like a missile. Sounded really bad. I just said, hey, it's Monday. Joining us, it's time for our boy Yellow Flash. What's going on, buddy? Good to see you.
What's up?
How are you, man?
Good.
I'm clipping that.
Clip it all in context, Blaz, the whole thing, all right? Flash, how was your weekend, man?
Pretty good. Had a good weekend.
You know, I was watching a little bit of the Flashcast on actually, I was watching the intro of the Flashcast. the 45.5-minute intro after
that's not true. It's 16 minutes.
Do you do that just to build? Is that what it is, to build the audience? Is that what you
let people roll in? Like the first part of a live stream is like you can't really talk about anything because you got to wait till people get there. So why not just give them some music, some funny clips to watch?
Give them some music. Give them a little clippity clip. It's great. Well, glad you're with us today, buddy. As always, we got a lot to talk about, and also today we have a fourth chair joining us today, as well as you in our fifth chair today. But our fourth chair belongs to the one, the only Floridian, Lorena. Good to see you.
Hey, good to see you. Thanks for having me. Hi, everybody out there.
How's everything going on the East Coast over there?
Everything's going good as usual. You know, Florida hurricane season, which means we're loading up on snacks and alcohol and barbecue meat. So, you know,
that's snacks, alcohol, barbecue meat. That's it.
Yes,
right.
Those are the priorities.
You have to barbecue in the garage, though, don't you?
Nah.
With all the wind and rain and.
Nah, that's the barbecue's kind of like for afterwards when you have to start cleaning up and everything, and you know, sometimes there's no electricity, so yeah.
Man, I'll tell you what.
You can still do it in the garage. You just got to leave a little crack, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't pass out from the poisonous charcoal gas.
Yeah, that's important.
Well, this actually brings up a really good question, right? Are y'all? And this is a question for the normal men in the chat. Are you charcoal grillers or are you gas grillers? I understand the charcoal obviously gives a great.
Both is good.
Yeah, both. No hate either way.
Both are good, depending on what you want to do. No one's going to turn down barbecue that's made on a gas grill, but there's just something about charcoal.
I agree. Flash, you a charcoal or a gas guy?
I think charcoal tastes better.
I think it's well established. Yeah, for sure. But at the same
But
time,
I use gas.
Right. So I had a traditional grill for a long time, a gas grill for a long time, and I got one of those Blackstones for my birthday this year. One of those flat iron things, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's the greatest thing ever. I like hibachi chef and do all the fried rice, and it's the best.
Nice.
Oh, it's the best. Anyways, great to see everybody. We can have an immense grill talk one day, which I fully anticipate.
Side dishes.
That's right. New channel coming soon. Glad everybody's joined us today. We got a lot to talk about. We're trying something new this week with the title, also with thumbnails for those of you guys tuning in. Had some YouTube conversations, and the YouTube man was like, hey, people are finding you because they're searching for side scrollers. I was like, okay, cool. So hence the blandness of the titling, and we're going to kind of uniform. By the way, Flash, this may help you, and Lorena, this may help you as well. I was told with good authority by the YouTube men's that it's best to get your live stream up 2 hours ahead of time. 2. Yikes. I didn't know that. So anyways.
That makes sense, though, because it would let people find it and see it. Like if people are searching your channel, they're going to see that live reminder button and they can hit it.
Yeah. I mean, in theory, that's the idea, right? But anyway, so we're going to start getting our streams up a little earlier this week, trying some things out. We're like it's YouTube. We're always trying things and testing things out. So anyways, do us a favor. Just be looking out for the show on a regular basis, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Central Time. You know we're doing this thing live every day. But we're glad you guys have found us, as always. We do have a lot to talk about today. If we're not going to include in the title, we should tell you early on. We're definitely going to get into this Black Myth Wukong story and the insanity associated with that. MrBeast has hired Harvey Weinstein's lawyer. There was also
bad optics.
Yeah. So anytime you associate yourself with that guy, it's probably not a great idea. There was also a massive leak, which Blabs is kind of freaking out over, man. Which we're
freaking man.
And you guys probably
it's not Arnold
too.
Movies, is it?
No, it's not Arnold Movies. But speaking of, I'll tell you what right now. Today, after the show, Blabs is going to react for the first time to the Predator trailer exclusively over at sidescrollerspodcast.com. That video, we're going to record it today, and we're going to post it on Wednesday. It's going to be exclusive to sidescrollerspodcast.com over there. So make sure you guys go sign up, become a member over there. Exclusive to members over there. So
the original Predator movie?
The original.
Yeah, that's my question.
Mm-hmm.
So it is an Arnold reaction.
Yes, but not the full movie.
Just a treat. Okay. You're in for a treat.
We'll
Am
see.
I?
Yes.
I don't think I've ever seen the actual trailer. I've seen the movie several
So
times.
that means you should sign up to local so you can go and watch it. My reaction to it.
That's right. Now I'll say this: the thing about the trailer itself, people are like, why not the whole movie? Well, look, we're just dipping our toes into the ocean right now. Okay, you can't just jump. You can't if Blabs is so anti-Arnold right now.
Yes.
Just the idea of getting her feet into the Arnold Ocean is a big deal, right? So we're just little by little. All right, guys, you can't just throw them in the deep end and expect them to swim. So either way, glad everybody is here. And I encourage everybody, if you guys are new, make sure you guys know we are live over at Rumble at rumble.com/sidescrollers. We also have an X account. You could have found out that Lorena and Flash were going to be on the show. You can also watch us over there, which is great. So do us a favor, follow us over there at SidescrollerPod. We also have an Instagram account, Don't Weave Labs.
We do, so follow us for memes and clips of the show. Otherwise, no pickles for you.
Oh, shit. All right. Pickles are kind of gross, but that's all right.
Shut up, Greg.
We also have the audio version of the show over on Apple Podcast and Spotify. And, of course, you can find us over at SidescrollersPodcast.com, as I mentioned before. So make sure you guys go over there. It is free to sign up if you want to support. That is how you're going to watch this exclusive stuff that we're putting together over there that will not be on YouTube or anywhere else. It'll only be on SidescrollersPodcast.com. Going to be a big initiative for us moving ahead. So with that said, if you are new, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. Join the 91,000 just normal men looking for common sense in the video game, entertainment, pop culture world. Let's do our best to get to 1,000 likes. Scroll your little mouse over there, hit the thumbs up button, and help expand the show to wonderful other normal men. And of course, let's get to 25 memberships. We're off to a great start. As look at this. Alec Baldwin's finger came in as a brand new member. It's great to see you, my friend. Always a pleasure to see you at meetups. As Jeremy says, he never misses, which is wonderful. I love that. Alan came in right at the bat with the 10. Says, I just tried to leave a comment above the Joker movie, but YouTube kept telling me I had to edit it. Shake my head. They're cracking down. Kratos Raptor says, gay. What are you talking about?
You like to suck stuff.
Oh, you're talking? No. I said I don't, Blabs. It's been well established.
I'm gonna edit it so it says I like. Yep.
Blabs. It's been well. Listen, Lorraine, a question.
It's been well established. You like sucking, yes.
What is this?
English or Spanish?
English.
Flip flop.
Flash. What is this?
Flip flop. You go with sandal, maybe.
Ah, yes, there it is. Okay.
It's a sandal is a flip flop.
My entire life, I thought that was called
They're a little
sandal.
bit different. Does it flap when you walk?
Yeah, it doesn't have a back.
That's a flip flop.
I learned
we
that.
we don't call those. Every sandal is classified as a flip flop in the state of Florida or in the South in general. But I'll just talk for Florida. Yeah, that's what my grandma called it.
See, I thought Craig was gay all of last week until I realized he didn't know his shoes. So now he's no longer gay.
Yeah, sandal's a little bit different because it has stuff on the sides of it to secure it. Flip flop just makes that flop sound when you walk. If it makes that sound, Craig,
by the way,
then you're wearing flip flops, my friend.
Yeah.
You should change from flip flops because flip flops are very bad for your feet.
Oh yeah, why's that?
They're no support whatsoever.
Oh, okay.
You just go inside
Noted.
your feet.
Sounds
Yeah,
good.
terrible.
Well, I learned that last week. That was important to learn. Alan says all the people that work at YouTube all eat corn the long way. Thanks, appreciate that, Alan. Norm came in, says propane, the taste of meat, not the heat. There you go. Thanks, Norm.
Hey, Norm.
Hey, absolutely ready says the Silent Hill 2 gameplay looks promising. I'm gonna do. It's gonna do well in sales. Konami Redemption Arc is real.
I don't know about that. We've all seen that female character they uglified. She looks kind of middle ground between man and a woman, and she's fat too. She got a double chin.
There's been a lot of that. The androgyny is real when it comes.
She didn't have these things in the original game.
These things, he says. DB Wild came in and says, I think your guy is full of it. I've had to actually search for y'all last couple of weeks because you're not showing up in my notifies anymore. I'll tell you what, DB Wild, yeah, that sucks. And we've actually heard that from a lot of people, actually. The show isn't just showing up for them anymore, like on their page. So make sure you guys have notifications turned on. Also, a great way to make sure that you get notified is when we go live over on Locals or on Rumble or anywhere but on YouTube. Because YouTube isn't like, hey, YouTube's like, well, I think this is what DB Wild would like today. And sometimes you got to say, no, I want the chicken wings and not the hamburger. You know what I mean? Nestrak came in and says, thinking of buying that Ninja electric grill since I live in a second-story apartment. Thoughts, experience? Is that like the George Foreman grill?
I think so. I've seen it. I own a lot of Ninja appliances. I don't own that one, but every Ninja appliance I've owned has been fire, from the mini chopper to the dual chamber air fryer to the amazing blender. So,
you know what I like most about this?
Yes, it's good.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you this right now. I've leveraged these things many times. The indoor. This is like the George Foreman. You know what I like most about this, Blabs?
Nice.
Listen, men are with the grills, so I don't really know a whole lot about grilling.
You know what I like most about this, though?
What?
Number one?
It says beef on it.
I like that it says beef. That's right. That's right. I also like that it comes with a heat thermometer here on the right. That's pretty cool.
Ooh,
yeah.
Nice.
My dad loves to grill. He's got like all the tools: pizza oven, charcoal barbecue, you name it, smoker, everything.
Love it. Hobby says, I would pay to watch Blabs react to Batman and Robin. You know, it's funny you mentioned that, Hobby, because that movie was on this morning, and I I've never actually seen the whole movie. I just knew it was going to be bad, right?
Wait, the George Clooney bet, you just watched part of that for the first time?
I watched the very end of it today, like the last 10 minutes of it. And because look, I knew when that movie came out, it was going to be atrocious. So like, why do you want to spend money on an atrocious movie, right? And I know it's kind of been very meme worthy. It's the one with Arnold in it, who's Mr. Freeze. And so I watched like the last 10 minutes of it, and it was, as suspected, as bad as I thought it would be. So
here's the real problem with that movie, because that movie was trying to replicate the Adam West stuff and like Silver Age Batman, because that's like that Adam West show is what the comics were like at the time, goofy and over the top. And they were trying to lean into that. The problem, though, is you had all these dark movies before that are much better. You know, everyone likes that tone, and they wanted to go back, and you can't go back.
No,
can't go back.
That movie was awful. I saw it once, and I do not ever want to see it again.
Well, you can watch it I watch movies in little snippets, like 10 to 15-minute increments in between lunch and going to bed and things like that. But I watched all I needed to see from it today with Batman and Robin. It was good. Lord Slosh came in with the 5, says Blabs like anime. There's a Terminator anime coming to Netflix soon. Happy medium, just saying.
I don't even have Netflix.
No,
she may like anime.
I used to have my sisters, and then they cracked down on the whole password thing, and they kicked me off. First, they kicked me off like on the TV and my desktop, but I was still able to watch on my phone. But then they figured that one out, and they booted me off too. Big sad.
Yeah, I got the call from my sister with a text. I can't log into Netflix anymore. I'm like, yeah, they cut us off.
Stupid.
Bobby, thank you very much. Appreciate that. And Natester says, own the Ninja Grill. It is fire. There we go. Thanks, Natester. Appreciate that. Henry came in with a $50 direct donation. Says, as a little bonus content, you should have Blabs follow up on the trailer with Predator the Musical by Lego Lambs. Only 3.5 minutes. Happy Monday, crew. Henry, thank you so much for the massive support. I see that. And yeah, that would be actually very fun to do. So thank you,
I like
Henry.
Legos.
Man, those are glorious.
Legos or these? The boobs.
Are those
Blabs.
boobs?
Yeah, those.
Both.
Bouncy, bouncy.
Hey, Henry, thank you very much for that. That is very generous.
She's a blessed woman.
Oh, boy, is she. We're blessed for that as well. Also, Banjo picked up the brand new Normal Man t-shirts. It's just a normal man celebrating the birth of my 3rd child.
Yay!
That's right. If you're tired of woke D&D, look up Heavy Metal Adventures so we can bring normal gaming back to tabletop RPGs. Go get it. Let's go, Banjo. Thank you so much for picking up that Normal Man t-shirt right there. By the way, we got some great new merchandise coming up in next month. I'm very excited to share that with you guys. All right. We got a lot to talk about today. Appreciate you guys being here. Whenever you guys are like, hey, I got to get out of here, give us like 5 more minutes. Okay. Just hang it, put us in your pocket, walks around, put us in, whatever. And we're still going to be here. With that said, Blabs, tell us today in video game history.
Well, we'll see if you guys like this one or not. I don't know. But August 19th is Power Rangers Wild Force, releasing back on the Game Boy Advance in 2002. We have the new Super Mario Brothers 2 releasing back in 2012. And then we have Remnant Ashes from the Ashes releasing back in 2019. Yay!
You did good this Monday.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
You did miss one. Sorry, Blabs. That
Whatever, man.
The Mario 2 was very fun. But one that you did miss was the Xbox 360 release in 2009.
No, I missed a console?
No. A game.
Oh, okay. I was going to say.
The Xbox 360 release of Shadow Complex, which was a really cool downloadable title from back in the day. Also, kind of surprised you missed Lego Pirates of the Caribbean.
Listen. I didn't think you guys would appreciate that, but I actually think that's a fantastic game. Funny enough, I don't even think it's on Steam. Maybe it is. I can't remember, but fantastic game. Top
I
tier.
like the Power Ranger representation in there. I'm okay with it. I approve of Blabs' list.
Something we should start doing on a day-to-day basis is maybe a thumbs up or thumbs down for the list that Blabs does every
Oh,
day?
like, are you not entertained?
Yeah, in the chat. I think that'd be good. So let's turn that into a thing, chat. You guys give us a thumbs up or thumbs down based off of Blabs's.
Yeah, we'll end it with "Are you not entertained?" You guys
That'd be
can
great.
thumbs it up or thumbs it down.
That's right. Let's pop those in the chat. Let us know. All right, we got a lot to talk about. Jacob came in, says Cyrix got a sex change and a bad Jamaican accent. Yeah, I did see that when it came to Mortal Kombat.
Sweet Baby Inc.
Do you think that's a Sweet Baby Inc. move?
Yeah, they worked on that game.
Yeah.
All that DLC had to have at least been talked about when they were working on it.
I like Cyrax more when he was a robot.
Well, now it's just a Wakanda Iron Man suit. She even talks like she's from Wakanda. What is with like all of the black people have to sound like they're from Wakanda now?
Yes. I don't know. Lorena, do you have any thoughts on number one? I said Caribbean earlier. How do you say Caribbean? Do you say Caribbean or Caribbean?
If you are from the north, you will call it Caribbean. If you are truly from that area or Florida, it's Caribbean.
Caribbean. Cool.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on Cyrax, the Wakanda Lord in Mortal Kombat 1?
I have not seen his picture. I have not been interested in playing Mortal Kombat ever since they made the characters ugly. And yes, men and women ugly. And no, I think they're just lazy and do not want to pay the money for a varied amount of accents. And considering Wakanda is not a real place, that's triple offensive.
Triple double.
Just saying.
Quadruple offensive. Nice. All right. Well, we got a lot of things that are offensive today on today's show. So if you guys like the offensive content, please hit the thumbs up button. Let's get into it. It's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for Hard News.
Hard News.
All right. Now, this has been something that has been going on. I've seen this lady on my timeline multiple times over the last week or so. Have you seen this lady here? This lady on X or any other social media platform?
Is that
That's
like
the
Megan
panty
Fox?
dropper.
Yes.
That's exactly what I thought, Blabs.
Right.
Is she what?
Discount Megan Fox.
I mean, does she have 3 trans kids like Megan Fox?
True.
Doesn't Megan Fox
does.
have like
Every single one of them is trans. Yes.
yes, everyone.
Hey,
It seems to be a thing in Hollywood.
It's a
Even
trend.
Ben Affleck has a trans kid.
Mhm. Or non-binary.
Jamie
whatever
Lee
it is.
Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis does.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but like
her-
this guy's
Mhm.
fully grown up. Jamie Lee Curtis's trans child.
Yep.
Were they children? Did they transition like 20
No, they
years ago, or
transitioned
was
as
it
an adult.
so like 3-4 years ago when it became cool to do? They're like, I think I'm a woman.
I would say in the last like 6 years. Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyways, this is not discount. I mean, it could be discount Megan Fox, but this is what she does. She goes into stores and grocery stores, and apparently this is a thing where she goes in and she takes off her underwear, and like I like this lady just walks by her, and she just puts them on various things, like she puts them in the pocket.
oh, that's
whatever.
nasty. No, that's skanky. That's worse
Well,
than
she's
nasty.
already dressed like a hoe, so
Yeah.
By the way,
I expected nothing less.
Look at this poor guy right here, just trying to figure out what the hell's going on.
He's telling. He's
You
trying
go
to say,
get
I
'em
would
or
buy
what?
those. Give them to me.
This poor guy over here, he's like, what the hell? And she just like, hey, there you go. Okay. So she's done it also with food, where she like puts it on like some eggs in a grocery store or on some cheese or whatever, right? She just takes them off in the middle of the grocery store or the store and pops them off. Well,
Now all those eggs probably have like STDs and shit. Well,
right.
Someone in the chat called it her herpes rack.
Right. It's disgusting. Well, this
She's
is
not much of a capitalist, Craig, because there's many followers on her account that would pay her a lot of money for those panties.
oh my God.
She's just
Absolutely.
giving them away for free.
Yes. It's crazy. But she's getting passed. I mean, she's getting passed, or at least the videos are getting passed around to the point to where now I guess she's living in Spain, but she's being warned that she's gonna have to leave after she had placed her underwear in a bread tray at a supermarket. This is another video. Yeah, like question: if she gets deported, what's a bigger crime? The idea of her putting her panties in a bread tray, or I don't know, burning down some buildings from rioting. I mean, they're both bad. They're both horrible things, but just throwing out the hypothetical here, because there are people who have done both, and they're both very, very bad, obviously. But just general thoughts here. Flash, if you were walking around and you open up a bread tray to grab a bagel, and instead you grab some woman's panties, your thought, what would be the first thing that went through your mind?
Well, I'm putting that bagel back.
Both have
Real
yeast.
fast. Yeah. I would be really disgusted. I think most people would be. I would hope so. That there is a large portion of people out there. I mean, in Japan, they have vending machines with panties in them that you can go and buy. It's crazy. But it's disgusting. And you know what this does is it creates copycats. Because I don't know what her videos are getting. I'm going to guess they're probably getting a lot of views. So now you're going to have other dumb people going out there and doing this. And it just creates a problem. It's
Lorena,
not something I like seeing normalized.
I agree. I think this is one of those things where it's like shocking. Lorena, have you ever thought about taking off your underwear and putting it on a bread tray while going shopping? I'm sorry. I can't believe I did not come in. I did not come into today's show thinking I was going to ask that question for you. I'm sorry.
No,
that was true. That comment you just popped up.
However, I will say that even before the age of TikTok, I'm pretty sure this was a sorority prank somewhere.
Just you are probably right. But this is a thing now, and I got to be honest. I fully endorse the deportation of girl putting panties on bread and eggs and inside random coats in the store. I don't know. It'd be a good move. Just ship her out.
Disgusting. We need Alex Jones gift. Disgusting.
Man. Nice. Yeah, right. Thanks, Lord Slump. Yeah. Gross.
Don't make me throw up. We already just recovered from the mayonnaise.
Oh, the mayonnaise and coffee. Ugh, disgusting. You know what's not disgusting is Kratos El Gratos Blabs coming in with a $69 direct donation.
Wow.
Says I only $69 for Blabs Arnold Schwarzenegger deficiency. That man's characters were referenced in so many shows and the movies in the 90s. It was impossible to avoid him. With how much passion Blabs has for ScarJo, it's now Craig's gayness. I'd be questioning. Well, thanks for that, Kratos. Appreciate that.
I didn't know I had passion for ScarJo.
You did, man. You were all up on ScarJo last week. You thought
definitely was not. I was just impressed that you were just saying, she's fine. It's like, bro, Scarlett Johansson was the #1 highest paid celebrity, female celebrity, in the world.
Uh-huh.
That's impressive. And you're like, she's fine.
She's
okay.
She's attractive.
What? Are you gay?
She's attractive. She's not like a 10. I don't know.
She was in Iron Man 2.
Listen, Lorena.
In Iron Man 2, she was a 10.
Exactly. That's what I pointed out to him. I literally pulled up all the pictures of Iron Man 2. I'm like, bro, look at her. Anyway,
she just gets older after that, but I mean, she still looks good.
Lorena, what number would you rate Scarlett Johansson from 1 to 10, 10 being the absolute bestest of all time?
Here you go. There's Scarlett Johansson, Iron Man 2.
I'd give her an 8.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
An 8?
Oh.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
Look at that right there.
I would give her an 8.
Mm-hmm.
She's gorgeous. She's got gorgeous hair.
See?
She's got a really nice rack. I don't know
Craig?
if it's totally hers, but
great.
I don't care.
Her
She
lips
looks
are great too.
Nope.
See, Craig, this is how men talk. No, she's fine.
Blabs. I 100% agree with Lorena. I think she's like an 8.
You said she was fine before.
Well, yeah, she is.
Listen, Lorena has a message for you, okay?
Why are y'all scared of titties? That's all I want to know.
Dude,
Forgot about that.
all I'm saying is that it's very obvious that if you were to stand, what's her name? Scarlett Johansson? If you were to put Scarlett Johansson next to Gal Gadot, this is
He's
a
like this
10.
exquisite specimen.
I mean, like
she's still aging good. Like Scarlett Jo's still good looking, you know, but Gal Gadot is still hotter at this point in time.
Yes,
hands down.
Like it's not like she was hot.
She's
in
like
Wonder
35
Woman.
and she's still smoking.
She's hot in everything.
I bet you she's 35-ish.
She's so much more naturally beautiful.
All right, Gal Gadot is 39.
Oh, okay. Well, I said ish.
Just let you know, Scarlett Johansson is also 39.
Yeah.
Can we please put this in the chat, please? This is actually very important. Can we please just question chat? Gal Gadot, Scarlett Johansson. Very simple premise. Which one? Okay. All right. Speaking of attractive people, let's move on to this next story here. And Blabs really wanted to talk about this one. Zac Efron. You're talking about guys with abs. Flash over here. You know, we got Jake Gyllenhaal, but Zac Efron is certainly roided up. He has transformed his body and also his face over the years. Apparently, Zac Efron almost died after, I guess, he shattered his jaw.
Yeah. So what happened was, this was like 10 years ago, supposedly, that he like was running in a house with like no shoes on and just socks, and he slipped and tripped and fell and like smashed his jaw. It was like hanging off or some shit. And so he had to go to physical therapy to like fix his jaw and everything. And what he's saying is that because he was using different muscles in his face, because of the other ones that were injured, he said those grew and it changed the face of his jaw, which technically speaking, like I asked someone who was in the medical department, I was like, is that true? And he's like, theoretically it could happen, but you can't tell me that all of a sudden his lips and everything else looks totally different too. It's like, bro, you had plastic surgery.
Well, he was already there, so you know, you might as well get a couple other things done.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, like, bro,
like we take your car in. Well, I had this other problem. I'm here. Might as well get this other thing fixed too.
I'm trying to think of the guy he's starting to resemble. I feel like, honestly, like, did David Hasselhoff like have a shit ton of plastic surgery or something? Because he's starting to resemble someone like that.
Well, so
they all get plastic surgery. Let's be real. Everybody in Hollywood gets it at some point, especially as they get older, men and women.
Okay, so here's what he looks like now, right? Here's what he looked like as a kid, right? So
totally
there he is.
Different.
And by the way. Look at how fake he looks. Like, doesn't even look real. It looks like a G.I. Joe character.
Roids are real. He said he was miserable when he was filming like the Baywatch movie that flopped really hard. Like he was absolutely like in hell for that one, filming that.
Well, I got to be honest. Like, to me, there's a difference between Jake Gyllenhaal's body and that body. I'm not sure what it is. But
is it Jake's face, maybe?
No. It's because Zac Efron is also a good-looking man.
It's actually sad what he's done. Like, maybe he really just did get reconstructive surgery for his jaw, but like, I don't know, man. It looks really different. I'm just saying.
Let's just say in LA, plastic surgery is extremely rampant.
That's so sad.
Sad, but yeah.
Of course.
It's there. Something else.
By the way, the chat currently 55% say Gal Gadot is hotter than ScarJo. Right, just throwing it out there right now. It's not a landslide.
Well, we're comparing an 8 to a 9, you know, so it's like there's not going to be that much, like a huge difference.
Right. I agree. And they're both beautiful women. I think that's I use the word fine, and Blad's like, what?
Well, just
I can't believe this.
The way he was saying, he was like, "Oh, she's fine." Like, honestly, go back and rewatch the clip, guys. It's like, he's fine.
It's fine,
like, bro. They're
fine.
both gorgeous. Honestly, I think they're equally beautiful. Like that's just a preference, right? But like going fine, it's like,
Okay.
what are you gay?
Let's clarify. Okay. Scarlett Johansson is fine. Gal Gadot is fine, right?
Okay.
Somebody in the chat put it good. One is hot, the other is beautiful. Beautiful ages better than hot.
Yeah, that's fair.
Half a dozen of one, 6 of the other. They're to me, they're kind of like about the same. Just edge out depending on what specific feature that grabs you the best. I think they're both gorgeous.
Like a good way to do it would be compare their smiles. Because Gal Gadot has a great smile.
Yes, she does. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to to staying in Hollywood here, as we had a big debut over the weekend with Alien Romulus knocking off Deadpool after Deadpool had its several week run at the box office. 3 weeks as Deadpool and Wolverine pulled in over $1 billion worldwide, and now the new Alien movie is off to a $108 million global debut, with most of it coming from overseas, $66 million of it coming overseas, with $26 million coming from China.
China.
Yeah.
I liked it.
You liked
somewhat.
it?
I give it a 5.5.
5.5
out of 10.
Was it one of those it's like a popcorn flick?
The problem with me was the ending.
Uh-oh.
The movie's great up until the end. I don't want to spoil it. So, and there's a design choice with the final xenomorph that I did not like.
Well, I'll put it like this. I gave it a 7.5 because I'm a sci-fi fan and a horror fan. And I've told people, if you're a sci-fi fan, you might want to skip this one. However, if you're a horror fan, you're going to enjoy it much more. And I think that's because of Fed Alvarez. Because if I look at this movie, and I did see it, if I look at it like a fan of Alien 1 and Aliens, I got some real issues with it. But if I'm looking at it as a horror fan, it's like
Alien and Aliens.
Yeah,
Well,
I put it like number 3.
I put it on the same level as 3. I like this movie and Aliens 3 about the same. The ending, I did not like that fucking ending to this movie. Everything leading up to it was great though. Good horror. I like that they used, practical effects. The aliens came off as a real threat. So most of that was all good. It's just that Prometheus callback is what I'll say that I did not like. I fucking hate that movie. As soon as I started thinking about Prometheus,
freaking awful.
Yeah, that movie is trash.
How many Alien movies are there? I'm looking at it right now. Do you guys have any idea?
2 good ones and like five other ones. There's Alien 3, Prometheus, Covenant.
Well, here you go. You got
Resurrection.
7 main line right here. Alien, Aliens, Alien 3, Alien Resurrection, Prometheus, Alien Covenant, and Alien Romulus right here. So, and then of course the crossover films as well.
I fucking hate those 2 as well.
Yeah. I've never even
Especially
watched them.
The first Alien versus Predator is a piece of shit. The second one is a little bit better, but it's still a bad movie. I just never get over the fact that a predator needed the help of a 90-pound woman to take down a xenomorph. It's just the stupidest concept ever. And whoever came up with that idea should probably be shot.
Well, the reviews from critics, it has an 82% on Rotten Tomatoes. The reviews from the audience, it has an 86%. I've seen people say they like it. I've seen people say they hate it. So I don't know what to think of it, but apparently the overall reception of it is pretty good. If it's got an 86% from an audience perspective, that's not.
It's a good popcorn flick. That's mostly if you just want to go in there and shut your brain off and just be entertained. It works.
Well, it's good. Well, it's worked to the tune of $108 million over the weekend. So, congratulations to Aliens and their big old I guess, revival of the franchise. Covenant. I'm curious, how well did Covenant do in the box office overall? Because that's, it's coming off of something like that. Just a quick glance as we go along. I don't see. Let's see real quick. The box office of the previous one did $241 million. Alien Covenant. So still has a long way to go before Alien Covenant. And Prometheus grossed $400 million worldwide. So yikes, lots to go there. All right, let's go and move on. But first, David says the poll should be smash Gal Gadot, smash Scarjo, smash both. Thanks, David. Appreciate that.
I'm shocked that there's people defending Alien versus Predator. That movie is trash. Have fun with your PG-13 Alien Predator movie. That movie sucks dick, and I stand my ground.
Let them know, Flash.
I watched 10 minutes of Alien versus Predator and shut it off.
Awful. Awful movie.
Hey, Grumpy, I want to let you know
the concept as a movie is stupid. It was better as a comic book. Sorry.
I love how passionate you are about this. so good. Good stuff.
Sorry.
No, don't apologize. Matthew came in with the 10, says Scarlett Johansson is John is smoking hot. Thank you, Matthew. Appreciate that. All right. All right. Let's keep moving ahead. Okay.
Wait, before we do, this one, did we get this one from Rolando? It says Aliens Romulus tries to use remember berries to make it look better, but uses them in the worst possible ways. Not a greatest hit. It's remember trash. Thanks, Rolando.
Thanks, Rolando. Appreciate that. All right. Once again, we do see every super chat. We'll read every single one, every Redirector Nation and Rumble rant along the way. Appreciate y'all's support, including Lord of the Ree says, more like Gal Gadot in my pants. Am I right, normal man? We're just innocent men. Hillside scores. God bless America. Thanks, Lord of the Ree. Appreciate that. Also, Alman John says, Flash, did you know who Craig was prior to the DSP interview?
I knew side scrollers, but not really, personally or anything.
And now we're just bros, just normal men who hang out on Mondays, which is great.
That's right.
All right, let's go over to that Park Place for our next story. As we've talked a lot about Ubisoft on this channel and the impending, looks like doom with Star Wars Outlaws on the way and Assassin's Creed Shadows, two games that I think most people are predicting to very underwhelm. And I think Ubisoft has also seen this as they have actually laid off 45 more employees leading up to the release of these two games. Wow. As this is not looking very sharp along the way. Ubisoft spokesman confirmed to Bloomberg, said that the difficult yet necessary decision was made to align these studios' organizations with their future business and development objectives. The layoff reportedly hits the company's offices in San Francisco and North Carolina. So 45 new folks have lost their job. Unfortunately, I want to be very clear. It sucks when people lose their jobs. We don't like people losing their jobs at all. But when people lose their job, it is a result of bad decisions made by management and activists within the company. And you may be asking yourself, well, that sure does seem like we're talking about job losses all the time. Well, we certainly are talking about job losses all the time, to the point to where there's actually an entire list of these folks, a total estimate of 11,540 people have lost their jobs this year. Wow. Just this year.
Yeah, this is all being updated live. Every single time there's a layoff, big or small, this website factors that in. It's very impressive. It has all the sources in it too. It's a very impressive website. It's also very impressive how many people have been laid off also. It just goes and goes and goes, this list.
Yeah, just continues and continues. I mean, but think about that. 11,000 people have lost their jobs in the video game space and just in 2024. That is, if that doesn't tell you that there is a very big stress and the industry is not going in the right way, man, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know.
Question: that website has 2023 as well. What was the grand total for that?
Well, I'm glad you asked that, Blabs. 10,500
wow.
was the total in 2023. And in 2022, there was 8,500. So churn is a necessity, or not a necessity, but something that will happen. But I think what you saw was a lot of people were hired in 2020 and over the last several years. So just to be totally clear, so 8,500 plus an additional 10,500. So that's just doing some quick math in my head. That's 19,000 people plus another 11,500. So 30, was it 12? How many was it? 31,000 people have lost their jobs in the last 3 years in the video game industry, if I'm doing my math correctly.
Is that all Western studios?
This is this just looking
I think
at
it's everything, actually. I think. Because
How
there's
bad-
some unknowns in there.
Mm-hmm.
I'd really like to see how many of those are from Asian studios versus Westerns. I feel like Western studios have been hit harder.
Well, let's see. Just doing a quick glance as we go through here. I don't see. Let's see. Ubisoft Korea. There's nothing listed here, but you're still talking about a Ubisoft here. Gearbox. Let's see. Sega of America.
All they make are Sonic games, so then
right. And this is just this year. So, yeah, good question. Good question. I don't know what that looks like. So, Nightmare came in and says normal men get laid off, execs and management get bonuses. Right.
Truth.
Oof, rough stuff. So anyways, I think, this is one of those things where, we're talking about 31,000 people. That is a small town. That's a small American town of people who have worked in the video game industry have lost their jobs in the last 3 years. That is yikes, to say the least. Thanks, Suna. Appreciate that. So yeah, any thoughts on that, Flash?
I think it's going to keep getting worse, especially with Ubisoft. If Star Wars Outlaws and Shadows fail, that's going to be a bad day for them. 2 AAA games in 1 year. They got to be sweating over there.
Thanks, Max. Appreciate that. Lorraine, you got any thoughts on this?
It's a tough industry with what's going on, because you've got management who, there used to be back in the day, gaming companies were run by people who were truly gamers. Now you have too many companies that are being run by activists, and unfortunately, people get laid off and wind up losing their jobs. They're so poisonous. Let's just say there's a certain video game company that is local to where I live, and I got sent a job description, and I'm just like, no, because you people are laying people off like crazy. So it's sad, but combine this along with, and I don't have the numbers with me, the amount of layoffs that are coming out of the tech industry as a whole. If it was a better market, it's like, okay, I'm a game dev, I can transfer those skills over to another tech company. It's tough all over. It's even tougher now.
This is true. Yeah, we have such a great economy right now. Everything is awesome. What are you talking about? I don't understand why everyone's so upset. Everyone tells us it's so great. All right, let's go ahead and move on to this one here. Well, and by the way, those who lost their job at Ubisoft, obviously sorry. We don't wish anybody to lose their job unless they work for Kotaku. All right, let's move on to this story over the weekend, which was really, really amazing. The end game right now is this monkey game called Black Myth Wukong. It is definitely the talk of all things when it comes to in the media space, and it is the #1 wish list game on Steam right now. If you haven't heard of this game, it is a
Top
game
seller right now too. #1.
Yes,
Yeah, I just saw it on Epic in the Epic Game Store.
Now this game on Epic Game Store is #1. Is that right? You said
Steam.
Yeah, definitely on Steam.
I don't know about
here.
Epic. I don't.
Let me check Epic, because I think it is.
Is it for sale on Epic?
Yeah, I didn't know it was for sale, but
yeah, it's pre-order on Epic right now. Yeah.
Okay. So we have so this game's coming out, and it's built around Chinese mythology, and there's been a lot of talk about this game in general. It's we talked about last week how this game was lacking diversity according to Screen Rant in their review.
A game set in China with a black monkey.
That's right, or red monkey, or whatever monkey, whatever.
What
right?
is his color though?
Yeah, but You have this game, and it looks pretty good. And for the most part, the reviews have been fairly strong, I would say, along the way. But when speaking about the reviews themselves, when the marketing team offered up content creators a Steam code, they had some interesting caveats. They said, we'll provide you with this. And this goes back to, once again, the Access Media side of things. To be very clear, Access Media does not stop at IGN, Kotaku, and any other traditional website. There are YouTubers who also are a member of the Access Media world, right? And this happens pretty much anytime you get sent a code. There are things that you can do, and there's things that you can't do. Sometimes companies will say you can show up to level 4, but don't show up after that. And the idea is they want to avoid spoilers in the review, right? Or something along those lines. But this story comes from IGN over the weekend. It says Black Myth Wukong marketing team offers content creators a Steam key, but bans, quote, feminist propaganda and all talk of COVID. So they had their do's and don'ts when they said, hey, we're going to send you a game. And the do's were, hey, enjoy the game. But the don'ts included, and this is, once again, this is just for YouTubers along the way, or YouTuber content creators. It says, do not insult other influencers or players. Do not use any offensive language or humor. And there's a lot of gray area there. What does that mean? What's offensive to some person, maybe not offensive to others?
True.
Do not include politics, violence, nudity, feminist propaganda, fetishization, and other content that insinuates negative discourse. Do not use trigger words. The fact that these are trigger words are amazing. Trigger words such as quarantine or isolation or COVID-19. Do not discuss related to China's game industry policies, opinions, and news. So these are all things that that they wanted to avoid when it comes to this. Number one, part of me is like, good. Like, I don't care to hear anybody's thoughts on China's politics when it comes to this. I don't care to hear about someone's thoughts who's reviewing a game about COVID-19 in China. Like, we all have our thoughts or whatever. And I don't care to hear about feminist propaganda or if someone's politics in a game about monkey men dealing about Chinese lore. Lorena, do you have any thoughts on these do nots when it comes to Black Myth Wukong?
Actually, I like them. There's some where it's kind of like I like the fact that they're like, look, do not F up this game for us, because some of you people don't know how to act and don't know how to keep your mouth shut and stay on target. That's the overall idea that I like about it, especially the feminist BS. Because I look at this game up here on Epic. Literally, I clicked it and I put it right on my list because the graphics look freaking cool. That's all I care about.
I just hope it runs good, because a common criticism has been that there's been technical issues. I hope we don't have another Cyberpunk with this game. This game looks fun. I've watched a couple videos on it, particularly this one where it's nothing but boss battles. It looks great. So, I hope it actually runs good, because that's what we're going to be talking about if it doesn't. Instead of, having fun, making fun of all these idiots that are mad because there's not enough different minorities and people of color in a fucking game about Journey to the West.
Yeah, I hear that. I think that, when it comes to this stuff, there's been a lot of talk about the game itself, right? And the idea that the company behind it, Game Science, had this feminist, had this sexist and misogynistic nature to it, and that led to hit pieces being written about it, specifically with IGN, and that's something that was led up to it. What's interesting about this was actually just yesterday there was a Chinese YouTuber who actually went in and pretty much debunked everything that was in that article. Did you guys hear about this?
No.
So I'm not familiar with this YouTuber, and a lot of people aren't because she has just about 1,000 subscribers. But she came out and said this. IGN said Wukong devs are sexist. Here's an explanation from a Chinese female player, right? And without watching the 10-minute long video, Grums filled us in with kind of the bullet points on it. It says Chinese YouTuber Fei Fei explains why Rebecca Valentine's IGN post got it 100% wrong in their hit piece article against on Black Myth Wukong and game science. Edge and rude, yes. Sexist and misogynistic, no. Right, and I think there is a difference between these two along the way, but maybe I'm just totally wrong. She said Rebecca got this so wrong, and it caused so much harm to game science reputation that she needs to be accountable and retract the article. IGN got the translation wrong because their translators was not native. He was Korean, and because, of course, IGN has an agenda. Unfortunately, this article was picked up by fact by the other Western media outlets that were eager to smear the studio. The IGN article is the only source they cite, yet you see it everywhere. While this YouTuber does not agree with how game science says things, she clearly lays out where IGN got it wrong. And I think this speaks to a larger issue here, and that's specifically this right here, where IGN is the only source, and then it goes in and it's cited everywhere else. This is what happened, and we heard this a lot from a lot of people about game science. There's a lot of mainstream coverage, access media coverage, that went in and they smeared game science because of all the misogynistic nature associated with the company, and they were sexist.
I wish they really were misogynist. And I would buy every game they make.
Just straight up. But yeah, I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Blabs, do you have any thoughts on the idea that one traditional outlet says something and then everybody else just runs with it?
I think it's stupid. It's a lack of research. But I mean, everybody seems to be doing it now, just because it's quick and easy. It's like, oh, outrage, clickbait. It's like, no, maybe just take a step back and actually research for your own butt. See what happens. Chances are you'll find other information.
It's amazing how that works out.
Right.
So yeah, it's interesting to hear kind of like that. And the idea of like, there's a difference between being edgy and rude and sexist and misogynistic, right?
Agreed.
I think that we are edgy and rude at times. I don't think that we are sexist and misogynistic at all, right? But that's just me. And that's okay, because guess what? People can be edgy and rude. Have you seen there's Trump's vice president was an edgelord back in the day. Like, you saw the pictures of him over the weekend. Like, that's edgy and rude. And you know what? That's okay. Everybody at some point has been edgy and rude. So anyways, it's interesting to see all that come around. But yeah, I don't think that there's anything wrong with saying like, hey, keep your politics out of your game review about our game. I don't have any issue.
That's how everyone should be saying it. Left, right, center. Politics don't really belong in gaming. It's not that hard to understand.
No. It's like, does the game suck or not? That's all we care about.
Yeah. And then they make the whole review based on politics, but nothing about the actual gameplay. I can give the biggest example, Hogwarts Legacy. That was all politics. No actual review of the gameplay itself, which, by the way, is not that great. But yeah, moving on.
Right. Exactly. And that's okay. Alpha says people who have early access saying it's taxing on even beefier PCs, accept performance issues at first unless you have an RTX 4090 or better. Thanks, Alpha Omega.
Wow.
Appreciate that. Well, you know what's interesting about that is the the Screen Rant review. Apparently, they reviewed the game and they didn't have the minimum system requirements for the PC to review the game. So yes, that would absolutely, if you're seeing system issues, maybe that plays a big role in it.
The IGN reviewer had a really good rig and still had problems.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. If you don't have the system requirements and you're still reviewing the game, maybe that's an issue. So, all right, let's go and move on from this one. And by the way, we have a new intro today as we're about to get into some MrBeast.
Oh, I love it. Oh, that Unsolved Mysteries theme.
Hey,
Wow.
give it up for Sean. Sean, by the way, it's a great normal man. If you guys need any work done, you can find Sean's link down below in the description. He's a stud. You can see his entire portfolio, and he's done the breaking news one, the MrBeast files. So we're going to continue to do more of that along the way. With that said, MrBeast drama continues to unfold. This is now, we're approaching almost 2 months on this story, and still no word from MrBeast proper after his initial tweet. And apparently what MrBeast is looking to do is wait and wait and wait until all the information has come out. But what he's doing while he's waiting, and by the way, I don't know if all the information will ever come out, but we'll see. But this is from Rosanna Pansino. And she was one of the first people who came out before the Chris Tyson stuff talking about the Beast games. And she was actually in a video in particular where she said she was edited out. And she was like, no, this whole thing's fake. The whole MrBeast shit is fake. And just like Jose Canseco, she was the first one out of the gate and people immediately discredited her, right? Now she's looking just like Jose Canseco, like a truth teller along the way, that everybody was using steroids along the way, in the Major League Baseball, but she's saying everything in MrBeast is fake and it's all, a bunch of nonsense, right? Anyways, she put this out and she was talking about the Beast games along the way. And she said this. She said, I have received confirmation from 5 verified contestants that for the first round of Beast games, a man named Armini Azadi was allowed to compete. He was previously charged with at least 20 counts of battery, kidnapping, and pimping, and robbery. He pled guilty to the pimping charge, acknowledging the significant evidence against him. He allegedly also slept near female contestants before being kicked off the set for inappropriate behavior. Some of the female contestants confirmed being very uncomfortable with him. He is also friends with Jake Paul and other influencers. Why was there not adequate background checks to catch people like this?
What does it matter if he's friends with Jake Paul?
Well, it turns out he was more than friends. He was actually his former manager along the way as well. What does it matter? I think probably that's how he got into the show, most likely, because he probably knew somebody at MrBeast from getting in there, right? From their relationships.
I mean, all the other stuff is bad.
Yes,
really, really bad. But he's friends with this person because people don't like that person. I don't think is.
Yes, I don't disagree with you on that. I don't disagree with you on that at all. But it is one of those things where you have this person who's done very bad things. You got to ask, was there no background check at all when it comes to this stuff? You saw in the MrBeast channel itself, the business itself, they hired Jake the Viking's inappropriately doing things brother-in-law, right? And so there's this history of not looking into people's past when it comes to hiring people, or at least leveraging people for different things, specifically with this game show. And there's also this when it comes to MrBeast as well, where things have gotten not so great. This also from Rosanna Pansino. She says, MrBeast has hired Matthew Hiltzik crisis management company. Matthew Hiltzik began his career at Weinstein's Miramax. Matthew Hiltzik is a lawyer and publicist who represents politicians and Hollywood figures. Shortly after MrBeast hired Matthew, a MrBeast company email was, quote, leaked. I believe this was their first strategic move attempting to rebuild Jimmy's image to the public. Hiring anybody that was associated with Harvey Weinstein isn't exactly a great look along the way. Flash, I would love to hear your thoughts on this.
I think it's awful optics. Awful optics. And Weinstein's in jail. So it's not like he really, did a great job there. I don't know.
Well, the just the name Weinstein has a sullied reputation, obviously, from the amount of creepy things that dude did, obviously landing him in jail. But you got to think that things are pretty bad when you're hiring somebody who who is associated with this guy who ran PR for his Miramax company back in the day, and the lawyer and publicist who represents politicians and Hollywood figures. Number one, this guy's got to cost a shit ton of money.
Oh yeah, he's got the money though. He's got it. That's just pocket change to MrBeast.
Right. But do you think that the email that was leaked, the whole leaked email about like MrBeast saying, "Hey, I'm your boss, I'm your leader, and we're gonna get through this," and blah blah blah. Do you think that was a planned leak? Because that is part of the strategy here. Any thoughts on that?
Yes, actually.
You thought it was leaked?
Kind of think so.
Yeah, I think so too. I think there's definitely something to that. Lorena, have you been following the MrBeast story at all?
A little bit, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of messed up, and definitely not a good look that he's hiring his lawyer associated with Harvey Weinstein. Not good.
I think that there's been a lot of people who have kind of I don't know, when it rains it pours in the crisis management world, right? When you got something going on, you know, it started with the Chris Tyson stuff, then it went into the the Beast Games stuff, and it was like, well, there's company-wide issues, and then there's people coming out of the woodwork. Apparently, one of the guys who came out of the woodwork, like, and I got to do a little more research on this, but apparently one of the guys who made this video about him and it kind of popped off, apparently MrBeast paid him some back pay or something between the first video and his most recent video, which is all sorts of shitty, right? But it tells me that they're out there trying to grab some bags as much as they possibly can. But I got to do a little more research on it before I go with that. But that's just what I hear along the way. So, but it is what it is. It is what it is in this world of YouTube. And I think that it's amazing to think that MrBeast still hasn't commented on this. I don't know what he can say along the way that will turn the perception of him specifically online. But because he did release a new video, by the way, and the video did once again get just absolutely not ratioed, but the dislike rating on it is very high. He released a video a couple days ago, and here it is right here. You can see the video itself has, and by the way, we're only going off this because, hey, the dislike ratio tool is clearly off at all times, right? That's what that was. They were trying to discredit it. But here was the video he released: 7 days stranded in a cave, 2.9 million thumbs up, 1.3 million thumbs down. So this is not your standard MrBeast thing. And by the way, not a single negative comment, by the way.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yes.
I'm sure they're not deleting them.
Or hiding
He's got
them.
somebody sitting there, like, just watching all this shit, probably. He can afford it.
Nope.
I
Right,
guarantee you they're not actually being deleted. They're just being hidden, like shadow banned.
That's the same thing.
I mean, yeah. but-
Actually, he's probably got keywords hid, like, that will just hide it automatically.
Oh,
You can do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't know that.
1,000%.
Yeah, you can put keywords in there that don't show up.
Huh.
Yep. Absolutely. Which, hey, it is what it is. People are speaking. And I think ultimately what you're seeing here is he has 63. It's still the #1 trending video on YouTube, right? And there is something that needs to be done specifically when it comes to not just MrBeast needs to make a statement, but YouTube also needs to make a statement. This is the #1 trending video on YouTube. This is the #1 creator on their platform. And YouTube continues to stay silent. And I don't understand that. I understand YouTube's message would be, hey, we have millions of creators on our platform. Why are we going to speak about one? Well, it's because you highlight this one. He is your cash cow. He is the guy bringing in so much revenue for you. It's ridiculous. That's why you have to talk. I mean, you've essentially partnered with him on a number of different videos. So yes, you should make a comment about him. So
did you see this video for MrBeast? Here, I'll share it.
Yeah.
I'll just show that.
Oh yeah, I know.
Ooh.
So funny, and what a great thumbnail as well, MrBeast. So yeah, there you go. There's a little bit more MrBeast for you as we continue to track this story along the way. It will continue to go until he makes some sort of statement. What statement that will be? I didn't do nothing wrong. That's what it will probably be. Hey, Mark came in, says, midnight in Thailand. Hey, what's going on? Let's go. Hanging out over in Thailand. Says, jumped in to say thank you. As a long-term gamer since the 80s, I love the show. Awesome to see Lorraine on the show. This normal man is off to sleep. We'll catch the VOD. Hey, thank you so much,
Good
Mark.
night.
Appreciate that. That's
Right.
awesome. Genuinely appreciate that. Also, Benjathan came in, says, hot take, the Alien and Predator comic books have better timeline consistency than the movies. James Cameron is fine with just retconning for each new movie. Who cares about continuity really? Thanks, Benjathan. Appreciate that. And Kratos came in with the 10, says, so here's the real hard-hitting question for y'all. FMK, fuck, marry, kill, Scarlett Johansson, Gal Gadot, and Jake Gyllenhaal.
I'm gonna kill Jake.
Yeah, me too. Jake's
Get him
off
out of
with his
there.
head.
No.
Sorry.
Fuck Scarlett Johansson, marry Gal Gadot.
I think I'm with you on that. Yeah, I think I am. Lorena, you got any thoughts on FMK, Scarlett Johansson, Gal Gadot, and Jake Gyllenhaal?
No, I'll redshirt on that one.
You know how I know that when I started realizing things like were getting really bad online, back at Screw Attack, before I left, I actually pitched a fuck, marry, kill show to my staff. And they were like, no, we can't do that. That's not appropriate. And I was like, are you fucking serious? Like, we've done like top 10 douchebags in video games. We call people pussy ass bitches, and you're upset about a fuck, marry, kill. Like, get over your fucking selves. Anyways, that's where I things started to change when I pitched the fuck, marry, kill along the way. Maybe we should do that, a fuck, marry, kill show.
I'm down.
Let's go. I love
You
it.
can do it every Monday. Fuck, marry, kill Monday.
FMK Monday. Let's go. I love it.
Hilarious.
All right. Let us continue here. All right. Blabs really wanted to talk about this story here. And
I really want to talk about a lot of things today.
You do. But here's the thing. This is actually a really, really important story. And let's first talk about, before we get to the Disney one, let's talk about this giant hack that happened. Have you guys heard about this story? The hack where 2.9 billion records were taken. You guys heard about this?
Yeah. At first, nobody was talking about it. Not a single thing. And then when the news actually got there, all the mainstream media was like, oh, we should probably cover this.
Okay.
Yeah, they're way behind. I'd heard of that leak. A lot of it is centered around a certain piece of cloud software called, I kid you not, Snowflake.
Nice.
Yay!
Okay. Well, we're
Maybe
talking
that's
about
what attracted the furries.
Well, we're going to get to the furry one in a minute, but this one has to do with social security numbers. And chances are you, normal men, have been affected by this, which is scary as shit. So, Blabs, give us a quick rundown on this right here.
Right. So basically,
what are we looking at?
hackers got a whole bunch of information stolen, including social security numbers, your name, your address, I think even phone numbers, but I don't quote me on there. It says, let's see, I think I was saying phone numbers in there. I think you'd have to scroll down for that. But yeah, basically, guys, why I really want to talk about this is that I really want you guys to be aware of what this information going out there. So if you guys have like Experian or like Equifax or like TransUnion, all those things, if you don't make an account, it's free. You should go and freeze your credit, because that way someone can't actually steal your shit and try to make an account on those websites, because you don't want identity theft. That is a huge issue that people are having nowadays, because everything's being stolen, hacked left, right, and center. So this is just honestly for you guys as awareness to know what's going on. Shit happens.
So this is from a class action lawsuit. It said in a news release that the stolen file includes 277 gigabytes of data that includes names, address histories, relatives, and social security numbers dating back at least 3 decades.
Yeah, so not cell phone numbers.
Hey, question for you guys. What happened about 3 decades ago?
Well, 3 decades ago was the 90s.
What happened in the
94.
mid-90s?
I was born.
That's true, Blabs. The internet became a thing. In the mid-90s, specifically in 1994, 1992, 93, that is when the internet happened. That's when the internet became commercially available to everybody through America Online and you know, things like that, right? So the internet happened. And then all of a sudden, yes, everybody's information ends up online. So according to the post from a cybersecurity expert on X, the US DoD claims to be selling the 2.9 billion records for citizens on the dark web for $3.5 million. I mean, that's so you can have access to all this information for $3.5 million. But here's the kicker of this all, Blabs, and this is the thing that made you most upset.
Yeah.
Was how long this has been out.
So this hack actually happened back in April, and we're only just being told about it within the last week.
Oh, wow.
That's
So
huge. Your social security
Messed
number
up.
has been at risk since April. April. Just saying.
So we're looking at 4 months before anybody found out about this nonsense.
Yeah.
Has it been sold?
I'm almost positive it has. But either way, the idea that everybody's information is out there. Everybody's.
Yeah.
So
like I said, guys, if you really want to take some precautions, go ahead and, you know, make some accounts with those credit monitoring like websites that are relatively safe. Just freeze your credit because it's a lot easier to freeze your credit than to fight identity theft. It takes thousands of dollars. It's a headache. So
You're going to freeze it forever, though? I mean, like, and
Well, I mean-
doesn't that do damage to your credit report?
I think you could probably just freeze it for a while. I honestly don't know. I would rather just have my shit frozen for like Captain America for forever than have an identity theft. Just saying. So take that with a grain of caution. I'm doing my part. I'm telling all of you now. Now that you know what the information, you do with what you want to do with that information.
spoiler, all your information's on the internet.
Yes. And, I mean, it's 100%. He's not wrong, guys. I'm just trying to like give you guys a little heads up, a little help here. If you guys live in a hole or something, you don't know what's going on. Now you know.
I would make sure to put a disclaimer. Don't take financial advice from anybody here.
Yeah.
I think that's just because YouTube.
Yeah, I am not a financial advisor whatsoever. I would say Mama Susan. Too soon though. But listen, I'm not a financial advisor. Do not take my advice to heart. I am just giving you my own opinion. That is, you know, freedom of speech.
Well, I certainly wouldn't take financial advice from you, Blabs, if it.
He's gonna
means
sue me
anything to you. Hey, Stay at Home Hippo came in and says, I've been subscribed for some time to I guess Fifi for some time. That's the YouTuber we were just talking about. She says she's done some good content with an outside perspective and using YouTube to learn English. Sweet lady. Had to censor good. YouTube has done. That's interesting. Well, thanks, Stay at Home Hippo. Appreciate your support. Awesome. Love that. And Mo says, in my honest opinion, I think MrBeast is very aware of all the bad stuff he's done and is waiting for it all to come out. So when he speaks, he doesn't contradict himself. I think there's a lot of truth to that, Mo. Thank you very much. All right. Well, we're done with all of the insanity and the hacks that are happening, as Disney has also been the victim of this. Now, there's been a lot of stories about Disney over the last week or so about just what an evil company they are. There was the story about the woman who died after an allergy. She had an allergy to a food that she ate at Disney Springs, and Disney's like, well, her husband signed up for a Disney Plus account 5 years ago. So, and in that terms of service, it says you can't sue us. So our hands are, you know, I mean, yes, absolutely despicable. But Disney, and here's the thing, whether you realize it or not, there's a good chance that you are giving Disney some money in some way, shape, or form, whether it's just through one of the hundreds of companies or brands that Disney owns and operates. So you have some sort of relationship with Disney right now, even if you probably don't want to, right? Unless you're living on a farm and don't have internet, right? Why would you be watching the show? But a furry hacktivist group has also breached Disney, leaking 1.1 terabytes of data. And they say it's because Disney shut Club Penguin down, which is amazing. Flash, do you recall Club Penguin?
I remember. Isn't that the thing that like a bunch of pedophiles would get busted in all the time trying to fuck
I
kids?
didn't know about that, but listen,
Some penguin thing that I remember hearing about that.
You sure it wasn't like
people were trying
Webkins?
I don't know. I just remember
Webkins was
some
the shit.
penguin game they were using.
Now, chat, this isn't exactly brand new news, but we never talked about it, and I thought it'd be interesting about all the hackings together. I actually played Club Penguin, but not as a child. I did it when I was bored and for shits and giggles in college class like 6 years ago. My friend and I were absolutely bored. We were at the computer lab, and we're like, let's put up Club Penguin, see what happens.
See people Sorry.
No, I made a dummy account and everything, and I guess now my dummy account is out there.
So
people are saying that it was.
Damn.
So that's probably why that furries were mad.
Well, so
you stole everything from us.
What's interesting about this is this is a group that they're called a hacktivist group protecting artist. Their whole thing is they describe themselves as a hacktivist group protecting artist rights and ensuring fair compensation for their work. And the logo on their site is a not safe for work lion with a giant dick. And
why am I not surprised?
Yes. The group lists a bunch of things that they feel are fair game. And these include promotion of cryptocurrency, AI artwork, or any form of theft along the way. Now, they see this as justification, says our hacks are not those of malice, but those to punish those who caught stealing. So the idea is that they want to punish Disney because Disney has stolen people's artwork, right? It says big and small theft meet the same fate. So they're like, hey, everyone's got an equal billing here. But here's the problem with this is that they're leaking stuff that from personal messages and stuff. They have 1.1 terabytes of data, almost 10,000 channels, every message and file possible dumped, unreleased projects, raw images, code, some logins, links to internal API and web pages, and more. And it's like the only reason they did this was because the Club Penguin servers were pulled down like 7 years ago, or like 2017 or something. So it took a long time to do this. Seems very spiteful along the way. So yeah, I don't know. Flash, you got any thoughts on this?
Yeah, have you ever seen the hotels that furries use after they go to those cons?
No, Flash, I haven't.
You want to see one?
Sure. Nothing would make me happier.
I'm scared.
Will I have to call
There's
HR?
All right, let's see what we got.
I looked through it. Furry convention turns into orgy as diaper-clad adults dressed as animals trash hotel. This is one of several articles that I found just looking that up so I could show you. Like some of this stuff. Here's just a normal man walking around the hotel lobby.
Hey, don't you dare lump him in. Don't you dare lump him in with our... That's not a normal man. Normal men don't wear diapers at a furry convention. Oh my God. All right, look. Before we move on to our next thing, Lorena, I know you got a roll, so I want to give you an out real quick. Tell everybody where they can find you.
Okay, well, first of all, thank you guys so much for having me back on the show again. I love being on the show, and my subscribers who are watching this, please do subscribe to Side Scrollers Podcast. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on X, where I think it's only been a week since I've been called racist, so I need to step up my game over there. And of course, you can find me on YouTube for various videos, live streams, and my unfiltered opinion on the theme parks. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to be streaming from Disney's Hollywood Studios tonight at 7:30 because rumor has it Muppets may be getting yeeted for a Monsters Inc. attraction. So
Wow.
we're going to walk around there. Yeah.
Why doesn't Disney do anything with them? They own them, don't they?
They own them, yeah, but they don't.
do
They
anything
just
with
sit on it. No, because you got a company that's run by people who are about merchandising, and they have zero knowledge about theme parks, what makes it work, and the middle class families that save to make it work. Yeah.
Damn.
All right. Well, appreciate you, Lorena. Always a pleasure to have you on. We'll catch you again soon. Okay, you can find the link to Lorena's channel down below in the description, and we'll make sure we get it in the chat as well. So
okay, thanks everyone.
You,
have a good one. Bye.
Thanks,
Bye.
Lorena. All right, good stuff from Lorena. Obviously, go check out her channel over there. All right. So we talked about some interesting stuff today, some heavy stuff. I want to start adding a palate cleanser towards the end of the show, something that is that kind of puts you in a good mood or is laughable at the tail end. So we'll start doing that. I want to pull up this today. And this was from Australia, which I just absolutely love everything about this. By the way, we do see every single one of your super chats, every single one of your direct donations, and every single one of your Rumble rants, which we will read along the way. So once again, get them in now. So this is from Australia, and this is spectacular. At least I feel it is. Blabs, have you seen this video? I put it in there. Did you get a chance to see it?
No, I didn't see this. But I'm curious.
Okay, so look, we've all been through a bad breakup at some point, right? There's always that time where you break up with somebody. Maybe you get ghosted. Maybe you had some sort of fallout along the way. Obviously, I've been married for 15 years, so it's been a long time, right? But at some point, you feel spiteful about something, and this dude may have set up possibly the best way to get back at this woman. As once again, this is from Australia. Says, what's the most petty thing you've done in a breakup? Let's just check this out real quick.
Can's mother has been forced to block dozens of calls after her ex-partner allegedly took her phone number and plastered on poles here around the CBD, telling people to call up and impersonate Chewbacca for a chance to win $100.
So pretty brilliant. Pretty brilliant.
That's a light, harmless joke. Honestly, I thought it would be like a lot worse. Like, oh no, what has he done with the phone number? Like posted up for prostitution or something? Who knows?
Right. She has examples here, which is great.
This would be the most childish breakup I've ever had. Like, all he had to do was be mature and go, I don't love you anymore. I want to move on.
The calls have been waking her and her 3 young children up at odd hours in the evening, and they're yet to stop.
I'm pretty genius.
That's great.
I feel
Not
bad
for
for
her,
the young
but-
kids though. That sucks, but that's hilarious.
Oh my God.
I think she should just change her phone number. That'd probably be easier.
Right. Listen to this guy. The second guy's here.
Yet to stop.
I want my $100.
I want my $100.
Why, mate, give me $100, mate.
Oh man. Yeah, Mock over on Rumbles, right? Says, is it childish? Sure. Is it funny? Absolutely. Right.
Yeah.
100%.
I'm getting phone calls at really strange hours of the night, about 1 o'clock till 4 o'clock.
Forced to call back the wannabe Wookiees and tear down the posters.
Anyway, so there you go. Genius or evil?
Both.
Yeah.
Yeah, both. Because
Yeah.
that really sucks for her. I'm not gonna lie, that'd be awful.
I mean, pretty genius. Yes, it does suck, but at the same time, if you're a guy who's really mad, like we don't know why they broke up, right? Maybe she was horrible. Maybe she was horrible, and maybe she cheated on him, right? Maybe he cheated on her. You don't know why. You don't know why these things happen, but it is. Listen, people making Chewbacca noises, not a whole lot negative can come from that. I'm just saying, and I also like the idea that they're demanding $100 for their Chewbacca noises, which is great. Hey, Brett came in with the $20 super chat. Says, speaking of the end of the show, nothing confuses me more than when I thought Blab said fertility at the end of each stream. You can imagine
That
my
says
relief.
fertility, Craig.
Damn. Well, it's going to tie in. It says, you can imagine my relief when Craig recently mentioned it's fatality. It all makes sense now.
Fertility.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Love it.
It's a problem nowadays.
Fertility?
Well, for a lot of people.
Yeah. People we need more babies. We need more babies along the way, which is a common theme. And apparently over in China, they're like, there was that rule for a long time that you can only have one kid. And now they're like,
and the girls are all being like thrown out the windows and stuff. Awful stuff.
What?
They weren't keeping baby girls in China. That's why there's so many Chinese girls in America at one point, because they were all being adopted over here.
Yeah, people were like, because they had
had
the one child policy.
Child. Or they would keep the boy or something like that.
Well, they would abort. If they found out it was a girl, they would abort, or some of them would even kill the baby because they wanted a son. And in China, it's made a big problem because basically, like, there's not enough women. So you got a lot of dudes out there that are just.
How do you not know about this, Craig? This was like everywhere.
I didn't know there were often babies, often little girl babies. That's tough, man. That's rough to hear. Black Myth Wukong coming out. We can bring it back to video games in China.
Politics out of gaming.
That's right.
They've lifted that though, so it's. I don't think it's like it was, but yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah, now you can have more than one kid. Yay, thanks, China.
One of many terrible things that happens in China that we never hear about in the news.
Uyghurs. Oh, sorry. What happened?
You know,
ghost cities.
Yeah.
Do you know about the ghost cities they have over there?
No, tell me more.
Though they, like, one of the reasons their economy is so strong is because they go around building all these cities and no one fucking lives in them. There's actually, when Vice was good, did a whole report on it. You could look that up and watch it. It's pretty interesting. All these cities that no one lives in.
So why does that make their economy good?
Because people got to build them, Craig.
Oh, they just build.
Have money.
Okay.
And
but nobody's living there.
They pay these people to build empty buildings.
That's a real thing.
And what's the objective? What do they do? They just sit there and rot?
Well, they think they're expecting people to move in, but nobody has the money to move into these things. They're like the rent for them is ridiculous. So the people that are building them can't move in. You're like got all these slum people building them.
Damn.
Crazy world, man. Crazy world. Yeah, I said this all along. The older I get, the more I realize, the less I know. You know, along the way. That's one of those things. All right, let's finish up with one more quick story. And I thought this was actually nice little quick hit here to finish up. But before we do, Bjorn came in just now with I don't know what ISK is. What is ISK? And Icelandic money? Bjorn, thank you very much for your money. It says Chinese custom.
Oh, Icelandic krona. Hey, look at that.
Nice. Let's go. It says Chinese custom is the son will take care of his parents. So when parents could only have one kid, they try to get rid of the girls by any means necessary. Wow. Bjorn Thor Gundamundsen. Thank you very much.
That's a great name. Can you imagine?
I'm sorry that your palate cleanser has been ruined.
Yeah, thanks, Flash.
We're the palate cleanser, and it got. Well, you were the one that started talking about the girl babies.
I blame Flash.
You talked about the girl babies first.
All right, well, let's talk about Disney and Fox and Warner Brothers. Okay, this is in the sports streaming world, right? But this is interesting because it appears that the crossover between these companies is not something that I'd expect, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen, at least right now, between Disney, Fox, and Warner Brothers. They were going to create a sports streaming venture between the three different companies. But a federal judge said, nope, not going to happen. It says a federal judge on Friday put a pause on a plan by Walt Disney, Fox, and Warner Brothers Discovery to launch a new sports streaming service, saying that Fubo TV is likely to be successful in proving its claim that the partnership would be anti-competitive. So pretty much they're saying that there's no chance for anybody to be able to compete against these three mega companies coming together to create this. And I think that's probably right. They'd have a monopoly right off the bat. Fubo said in its February 20th lawsuit that the proposed venture would destroy competition and inflate prices to customers, which I don't necessarily disagree with. Earlier in February, Fox, Disney's ESPN, and Warner Brothers had disclosed plans to launch the sports streaming service, later dubbed Venu Sports, to capture younger viewers. The three companies said in a statement they believe Fubo's arguments were wrong and that it would appeal the court's ruling. Venu Sports is a pro-competitive option that aims to enhance consumer choice by reaching a segment of viewers who currently are not served by existing subscription options. And so you're telling me that Fox, Disney, and Warner Brothers are saying that what they're doing is fair and accurate? What? I don't know. It just strikes me as color me shocked along the way. Earlier this month, Venu Sports said it planned to launch in the U.S. this fall with broad portfolio of sports offerings, including 14 live sports channels and a library of content. It had hoped to attract 5 million subscribers within 5 years of its debut. Wow. That is balls crazy. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, my thought is that that's actually a pretty good move. And anytime you can these these giant corporations, the multi-global corporations are getting together and getting their all their prongs together on these evil things, and a judge can stop that. I think that's probably a good idea along the way. Flash, you got anything on that, or Blabs?
No, I just think it's interesting for sure, but I got no thoughts, no brain power.
All right. Thanks,
I'm
Blabs.
glad they blocked it.
Me too.
Enough of these big corporations joining up or merging. I don't like it. Somebody was asking in the chat about saying, doesn't Disney own Fox? And I just wanted to clear up, not the news and the sports stuff. That's still its own thing. Disney wasn't allowed to buy all of that, or they didn't want to sell it. I don't remember the exact thing, but Fox News and Fox Sports and all that stuff is still Fox. It's still owned by, what's his face? Was it Murdoch? Rupert Murdoch? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. Like, they bought the entertainment division. So that's what they own.
Matthew came in and says, hot take, but all the rich Chinese leave China and come over here to British Columbia, especially the Vancouver area, and that's what's driving prices up here. Well, yeah, and you see that to a lesser extent here in Texas, where all the Californians left during COVID and drove all the home prices up here. Home prices have almost doubled over the last 4 or 5 years in Texas, which I'm sure it's considerably worse in other places in the United States as well. Benjamin says a lot of the East Asian population is Mauritius. I don't even know what that is. Would have been victims to either one-child policy or CM Meow. A lot of my classmates among them. Thank you, Benjamin. Appreciate that. And Taker says Craig has betrayed the normal men by declaring Taco Bell food has been beneath him and for the hounds. By the way,
hey,
never
that's right.
said that. Listen, I never.
How dare you, sir?
I never said Taco Bell was beneath me. As a matter of fact, I think I'll get some tacos today for lunch, in spite of you, Taker.
And you better take a video of you eating it and post it.
You know, I feel like it'll be beneath him when he's in the bathroom.
To prove your loyalty to the Taco Bell brand.
I'm trying to eat better, but you know what? I will go to Taco Bell today. I'll go to Taco Bell today. I don't even know where Taco Bell is. I will go to a Taco Bell today and post it over on X. Follow me over at Side Scroller Pod, at Side Scroller Pod, and at Stuttering Craig. We'll do it. It'll be great. I hereby propose we rename the stream Snob Scrollers.
I like that.
That's right. Maybe we do like fancy dancy dinner one day, and we call it Snob Scrollers. That'd be great. Yeah.
We could do wine tastings. I actually know how to do all that stuff.
What?
Like look at the light and everything. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Really?
Do you hold the glass right?
Yeah. I can swirl it and everything.
Are you one of those that when you drink something, you go like this? You go.
See. Yeah, I mean, I can. I just don't. I also think the whole spitting the wine into the little
That's
bucket
gross.
It's disgusting. Anytime my teacher would do it, I would actually like sort of throw up a little bit. I was like, ugh,
whoa,
you know.
hold on. This is
Spitters are quitters.
Breaking news. Ladies and gentlemen, we have breaking news that Blabs went to a class to learn how to taste wine.
This isn't breaking news.
This is breaking news.
Just to you, this is already out there.
Listen.
That's a lot of stuff people don't know. There's a whole, like, rich people and like higher up people, they all eat a certain way and everything. It's totally different table manners.
No, I did this for college.
So you tried to do the sommelier thing? Isn't that what it's called?
No,
the sommelier?
no, that was more of no, I was more business aspect of wine.
What the hell does that mean?
The business aspect of having wine and like a winery and things like that. Marketing, like a project. I did 5-year plans and things. Yeah. Agriculture. I have a huge background in agriculture. Fun fact.
All right, nice. Including drinking wine, because there's nothing more agriculture.
Dude,
there's a certain way you're supposed to drink it. She's not wrong.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Yeah, and you look in the light and everything, you smell
I
it.
know, I
The
know.
whole thing. It was like part of my exams and stuff. And actually on Wednesday mornings, I think it was, by like 11:30, I had 11:30 a.m. Wednesday morning, which was like when we would taste wine. And like, I would not spit it out because I thought it was really disgusting. Everyone's spitting, go, patoo, and everything. Yeah, they all hot to it and everything. Yeah, I would...
Go to like an art gallery opening or showing or something, and they're all walking around with that pompous ass wine handle, and like you'll see it. Go watch it.
I've actually been to those before for school. Yeah, I actually don't drink wine like anymore, really, just because I don't really, but yeah.
Are you a lightweight?
Like, no. Well, depends on the alcohol, honestly. It depends on like certain stuff. I build tolerance to certain stuff, but like on Wednesdays, that was like the fun thing, because that was when you were trying all the wines out and like doing all the sensory analysis, and I'd get pretty tipsy by the end of the day. It was great. So Wednesdays are our happy days.
Those were happy days.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Awesome.
Normal men drink wine from the box. I agree.
That is
David.
disgusting. That is disgusting.
I agree, David K.
That is disgusting. That is like low class, terrible wine, awful, bad.
Oh man. Like normal men drink Jack or bourbon. That's what normal men do, or beer. That's what normal men do.
Like beer.
All right. Well, hey, Max came in, says, hey, love yourself, Craig. Get a street taco instead, right? Dude, love me some street tacos. That's what I'm talking about. Javi came in, says, furries plus vigilante equals terrorism and or communism. Thanks, Javi. Appreciate that. And Copper Owl says, days since furries didn't help PD files, 0. Thanks, Copper. Mercenary says the furry leaks are legal in court. Gina's lawsuit. Thanks, Mercenary. Appreciate that. Jason says revenge is a dish best served furry. Jason Yankovic. Appreciate that. Mercenary says, if it does damage to your credit, you need LifeLock to keep your info and rating safe. Does that really work? Didn't the LifeLock guy get his stuff hacked too?
I have no idea.
Is he talking about freezing your credit? Like I have thankfully never had, the stolen identity problem, but I'm pretty sure I read somewhere about that, and it takes a while for that to come off once you open it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not don't take my advice. I'm just saying. Be careful.
Goka Silver says, I buy that Blabs learned about wine as part of her Hufflepuff curriculum.
What the fuck is a Hufflepuff?
Hufflepuff.
That's a reference to AVPM.
I know.
Anyone out there who knows that?
Benjamin says, Papa Sanger gonna get mad. I'm sorry, I butchered that. Benjamin. Ankle Break says, have you guys seen the Peach Luigi Mario song that's trending on X and TikTok? It's certainly well made and hilarious. Do you want?
It's funny.
Okay.
I think it's funny. It's weird, but
it's weird.
It's a joke. It's like some dude talking about how Mario's a simp, which he is.
Yeah.
Mario is a simp because he does all this work for Peach, and all she gives him is a kiss on the cheek.
Yeah, he is the OG simp.
Just gets a little kiss on the cheek. That's it.
Okay, so while Craig finds it, I'll keep reading these. Young Stove says, listen to Austrian Death Machine. It's a metal band with Arnold singing. It's epic. What?
Let's go.
Speak Arnold songs. there's a clip of AI Arnold doing Bone Thugs and Harmony songs.
Dude, there's so many
Really
like
funny.
Arnold memes out there, like impersonations. They just sing everything. It's wild. Jonathan says, Craig, what part of the Nintendo exhibit you want to see tonight?
Yeah, you know, I saw they're doing that Nintendo Museum thing. I just kind of want to see the whole thing, how they handle it. It's very intriguing to me. All right, so I have this pulled up. This is like trending on X and TikTok and everywhere else, right? This is like, it's a lot. Now, I'll tell you this. This is definitely something that a lot of time and production was put into this thing. A lot. So let's go take a look at this thing. And it's an original rap song. And it's all about Mario, as you said, being a simp and watching Princess Peach essentially being a hoe.
Yeah,
so,
she's hanging out with Wario in this.
Yeah.
She's giving it to Wario and then, making Mario bring the towel.
Just pay attention to the amount of 3D animation that's done for this. This is really pretty crazy. For a TikTok video. Like, that's the first thing you see right there. Wario laying it down on Princess Peach. Sorry.
Save me, Mario. Please help me, Luigi. No, I don't think so. Why? What you saying, bro? That bitch is a Luigi. Why you are a selfish sheep? Creeping on the low. Who said this? Everybody knows. Oh, Mario. Don't save her. She's for this. She's don't save her. Don't save her. Please don't leave me alone. Don't save her. She even gave me a toe. Save me, Mario.
Smash Bros.
Right. There's
like
there's
Bang Bros.
There's a lot of little differences, little references in there. Pretty great.
I didn't see that the first time I watched it.
Yeah.
That's funny.
This guy knows his stuff, man. And when it comes to there's a lot of little references in here and stuff. And look, this is like, right. But at the same time, watch, like, it's really impressive. It legitimately is impressive that this guy thought through this, made this song, got the 3D animation done, obviously all the characters modeled, this shot here of Yoshi in the background while he's looking at, I mean, they storyboarded this whole thing. It's really, honestly, pretty impressive. But here we go. Continue.
Save me, Mario. Please help me, Luigi. No, I don't think so. Why? What you saying, bro? That bitch is a Luigi. Why you are this happy sheep? Creeping on the low. Who said this? Everybody knows. Don't save her. Don't save her. She won't ever reckon. Turn a cheating princess to a housewife. Don't save her. Don't save her. Let her guess.
You like Princess Peach doing the
pole
striptease
dancing? Oh my god! I didn't watch the whole thing. This is wild.
Yeah, this is what. Look at all the characters. You got Funky Kong over here. You got
they've all ran through her.
Daisy. Yeah, right.
Even Daisy.
Here we go. By the way, it's gonna get better, Blabs.
She ain't no victim. She came over last night.
He's throwing money into it.
Don't save her. She won't ever reckon. Turn a cheating princess to a housewife.
Oh my god, the pimp.
What's that,
The
Blabs?
pimp. Oh my god, Bowser the pimp.
Yep. Lakitu coming in, throwing ones at her. That's hilarious. Just that's good stuff.
Man, I can't like me lying when you catch it in the headlight. Save me, Mario. Please help me, Luigi. No, I don't so. Why? What you saying, bro? That bitch is a Luigi. Why you are the simple sheep? Creeping on the low. Who said this? Everybody knows.
So there you go.
Poor Mario, you just want some kitty. That's all.
Look at Dutch is right. More TikTok brain rot. Yippee, right?
It's better made brain rot than the usual.
Yes. Will Nintendo find this, strike it down, and remove it? Probably from our channel too. Yes,
Yay!
Probably. Yes.
I think so.
Yes. There we go. I mean, I got to be honest. Like, it's very, very well made.
It is actually.
For
got a lot of Easter eggs and stuff in there.
Yeah, for an 87-second TikTok video, that's extremely impressive. That is 142,000 likes over on X. 142,000 likes, 5 million views over on X. That's crazy. That is absolutely nuts. Anyways, Snorlax says it is not very well made. It's very well made compared to most of the nonsense that you see on TikTok for sure.
That probably took a lot of work to make.
Yes.
Compare that to some hoe dancing to a song.
It says if they claim it, it's canon. That's right. Oh man, sorry, Black Marsh says I'm billing you for the lost brain cells. Listen, we're just here to bring you the latest and all this stuff. So. Miku came and says, why is everyone obsessed with NTR the past 4 years? Thanks, Miku. Appreciate that. All right. Let us continue on, man. Once again, we appreciate y'all's support. Thank you very much for your super chats, direct donations. We're going to end on that. Let's get you some of your support over here as Miner came in and says, Flash, I want to clarify my stance on Rambo. I really like it because I dislike cartels, especially because a cartel recently unalived my favorite cousin. Yikes. That sucks. Sorry about that, man. Rambo's a hard-ass mother sucker. Yeah, it's rough to hear. Tansu came and says, hey, for this Cyrex, more Rule 34 material. Let's not make it weird. Absolutely Ready says, pull up pick a ScarJo in 2024. She's mid as fuck. I'll take care of that, Blabs. You keep going.
I was going to say, wow. Anyway, Benjamin says, y'all sleeping on Ana de Armas and Jessica Alba. Also do singers count. Christina Scabia from Lacuna Coil. She's 52 and aging like wine. Both of those chicks, Anna and Jessica, are beautiful. I don't know
Ana
who
de
this
Armas
Christina
is amazing.
Yeah, they're both beautiful. I got no flack for them. Tech Support Gaming says, Craig, does Careless Whisper play in your head every time you think of Jake Gyllenhaal?
No.
Sean says, normal men eat Taco Bell and wash it down straight with Jack Daniels. Okay.
That's right.
Abby says, Blast be the one at the party asking for Grey Poupon?
That's right. Do you know what Grey Poupon is, Blabs?
No, I don't.
It's a mustard from back in the day.
Why would I ask for that then?
I'll show you. I'll show you in a second.
Okay. Anyway, Mercenary says, normal men don't drink any alcohol. My dad drinks. Listen, guys, I think you guys are taking the normal men thing a bit too serious. Normal men are just people who are, like, tired of the bullshit they see around them. They can do whatever they like, drink or not drink. Let's not tell people what they can and cannot do. Norm, spitting wine is a waste of wine. Also, beer.
Thanks, Norm. Appreciate that. Blabs, here you go. Here is Grey Poupon. This is Blabs as she's going to her wine tasting class.
The finer things in life. Happily, some are affordable, like Grey Poupon Dijon mustard. Grey Poupon is so fine, it's even made with white wine. Its original French Dijon recipe adds distinctive flavor to beef, pork, and poultry, salad dressing and sauces, and of course, sandwiches. So enjoy one of life's finer pleasures.
Pardon me, would you have any Grey Poupon? But of course.
Grey Poupon. It even has wine.
Okay, that is a very great ad. I like that. That is fantastic.
That was the thing.
It's very original. Ads nowadays are shit.
Yes, I mean that was there was an entire campaign was all about, do you have any Grey Poupon? Here we go. Check this out. Here's another one.
Pardon me, would you have any Grey Poupon? But of course. Oh, thank you. Are you putting Grey Poupon on a wiener? No, it's not a wiener. It's a frankfurter. Oh. Why? Is that a bologna sandwich you're applying my Grey Poupon to? That's bologna. Bologna. Wiener. Grey Poupon.
These are fantastic.
So they eventually took the thumb out their ass, and made it a little more acceptable. When I think when they switched the bottle over to a plastic bottle that you just squirted out of instead of the glass jar, that's when they got a little less ritzy about it. But yeah, that was like a big meme. I think that was actually in Wayne's World, the movie back in the day.
It was.
Yeah. Do you have any Grey Poupon?
That's funny.
There you go.
Miku says, you now understand why marriage rates are so low now. Before the streamers are stupid bit. Over on local, Spoon Ninja sent $1 tip saying, "Did someone say my name?" And it's a picture of Conan. Then says, "The George Foreman girl is the greatest innovation in cooking since fire. There is a benchmark tool for the game so you can see if you can run it." And then he follows up with, "Maybe she didn't like Star Wars, so he broke up with her." The Chewbacca.
Right.
And
Which
we're
would make
locals.
would make it even better right there. Snapple Rai came in and picked up the brand new Normal Man T-shirt. Go pick it up right now. Link is in the description. It says went out and been gone for a week to clear my head and feel great. So sending some support and getting this shirt. Thank you so much, Snapple Rai. Hey, that's awesome. Sometimes it's good just to step away from all the nonsense, and I appreciate that. Delta came in with the 5, says, "How dare you guys and girls mock Zac Efron for having facial surgery? Didn't you learn your lesson during the Starlight actresses from The Boys? You misogynist." Yes, Delta, I'm sorry.
I'm a misogynist.
That's right. You let them know, Blabs.
I'm not actually. YouTube. Hi.
John came in and says, "Fun fact, Jamie Lee Curtis' kid had a fighting game wedding where he dressed as Squiggly from Skullgirls. The bride dressed as Ethel from Guilty Gear, and she was Vega from Street Fighter." Okay, thank you, John. Appreciate that. Is a fun fact. Delta came back, says, "A shame about the Wukong press do's and don'ts because this means Arch can't get an early copy. He'd be all over the fetishizing the Snake and Spider Woman." Thank you, Delta. And Bizarre Star says with the 5 says, "Craig, clearly the only way you could appease Blabs regarding Scarlett Johansson is if you went all humana awooga when talking about her like you're in a Tex Avery cartoon." That's right. And you go, awooga. All right. Guys, thank you very much for your support today.
Thanks, Benjathan. And Norm says, "Craig should show the Corinthian leather Chrysler ad with Ricardo Montalban." Thanks, Norm.
Okay. And dude came in and says, "Disney is advocating for piracy now. If you sign up for our service, we have the right to kill you." That's right. And Saint says, the LifeLock guy was hacked. Okay. Thank you, Saint. All right. A quick reminder. If you guys do enjoy the show, today is literally the last day we're going to have this available and trust me, we're going to be doing a lot more. So the stuff we're going to do, like this reactionary stuff we're doing the Blabs today, we're going to record this today. It's going to go up on Wednesday over on sidescrollerspodcast.com. It's going to be just to supporters over there, right? So if you guys want to support the show, if you guys get any value out of the show, consider heading over to sidescrollerspodcast.com. We're going to make that our home base here over the next few months. And we're going to have exclusive stuff just for members over there. Right now, we're doing 50% off. So it's I think it's $55 for the year to support us. It would be awesome if you head over there and support us. Use promo code NORMAL over there. $55 for the entire year. It's paid up front. Get it out of the way, and you can watch what we have going on over there. Up on the right-hand side, you can see like exclusive supporter-only content we're going to be doing over there. Trying to do at least one piece of content every week. So go over to sidescrollerspodcast.com and use promo code NORMAL. Right now, we have 75 members. Let's get to 80 today. Let's see if we can get to 80. That would be awesome. So use promo code NORMAL. I know it's Monday. I know we're just getting started, but man, I would love for you guys to head over there and do that. That'd be greatly appreciated. If you get any value out of the show, that'd be awesome. So with that said, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Flash, you got anything coming up today you want to pimp out?
Yeah, there'll be another video.
Let's go.
And watch Flashcast this week on big comic book announcement.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah.
Dicker on Brown says, "Craig, we need more gaming streams." Agreed. More information about that coming soon. So with that said, guys,
Wait!
What?
I just want to plug something real fast. Later today at See, I was waiting for you to do that, so that's why I didn't say anything. I was talking really slow. Anyway, later today at 9 p.m. Stop it! You get out of here, bitch. All right, that's better. Okay, later today at 9 p.m. Eastern, I have a new video coming out. It's called Let's Talk Book, and it's about the Ukrainian trend.
Don't care.
I really hate you. You know what? Forget it. Fuck it. Just go follow me on.
I'm done. Go ahead. No. Go ahead. Go ahead, Vlad.
I have. You sure, Craig? Am I okay to go? Denied by the chat and Craig. Anyway, I have a Ukrainian book series coming out all about the translations of Harry Potter. They are fantastic covers, vibrant, colorful, really fun. So check it out, 9 p.m. Eastern. Thank you.
Hey, great stuff. Find links to Flash and Blabs down below. And of course, Lorena, who joined us earlier in the show. Appreciate you guys popping in. Thanks so much for allowing us to be a part of your day and be part of your life and allowing us to be a part of yours and all that. And I think I said that right. But either way, hey, have a great rest of your day. We'll see you guys tomorrow when we're back at it, 11 a.m. Central Time, Tuesday with Razor Fist. Remember, look out for the new way we're titling the show and then possibly a new thumbnail. That'll be there regularly. We're going to be posting the shows a couple hours in advance so you guys can hit the set reminder for the show on a day-to-day basis. With that said, remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. Have a great day, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.